Yo. So, more about Santa Marta, Lubana, Filomena. Um, Check out my part 1 in this subject because Santa Marta is truly someone you want to hear about. I just had to make a two-parter because there was a lot of shenanigans going on in my first videos, including my lovely cat who's now settled down into my lap and he's calming down. So perhaps I can get through this video more easy. So, but there's, I pretty much said a lot. I would also mention that Santa Marta is depicted as a snake, a woman with the body of a snake, basically, or just as a snake. It reminds me of this, is it like an Indian series, Nagin? Has anyone ever watched Nagin? Like, it's just, okay, well, that doesn't make any sense if you haven't seen Nagin, but it's so good. The story is actually very interesting, and I just love the word Nagin or Naga, which kind of they do in a way represent the same thing. Just anyway, there's many meanings for that. I am here to talk about Santa Marta. So, no mitä ne on? Tiedätkö, mulla alkaa jalat puutumaan. So, the part that is the most fascinating to me about Santa Marta, or one of the most more fascinating aspects, is that she really does not speak. She does, but it's almost like, mun on nyt ihan pakko. Like, he doesn't want to move. She does, but it's almost like she uses like one word. She really likes to, it's almost like she is measuring your intelligence, like how far are you willing to go in order to discover who she is. Like, I feel it's important to her for some reason for a person to discover these different aspects of Santa Marta, because there's so much more to Santa Marta as it first appears. They might think of her just as La Dominadora, but she's not just that. Santa Marta, Saint Marta. But I like the word Lubana a lot. I like to use that when I think of her. But she just wants you to, and when it comes to other deities, like let's say for Kali, for instance, I feel when you work with Kali, there's a situation you wanna delete out of your life or change. I feel with Kali, it's more like she might do the work for you a little bit. Like she might make situations happen where it just kind of like, it's just like thrusted upon you. But with Santa Marta, I feel the way she works, it's trickstery. It really is, which perhaps, and there's almost a little like mystic quality about Santa Marta, because she wants you to discover she really wants you to discover the inner dominadora within yourself, So, and definitely there is this misconception about Santa Marta working with women only. That's not the case at all, though I feel Santa Marta is just perhaps a little more drawn to females, but to women, but she definitely will work with men especially who have this inner thing, wanting to come to the surface. Like, she works with men who perhaps need to, like really, they don't realize how much strength they actually have. Santa Marta might work a lot with people who have been bullied and have low self-esteem because of that. So it's not just like you don't have to initially appear as a fierce bitch or a bitchler. You can actually you have that, like I said, Santa Marta sees beyond the surface. So you might think of yourself as like very not that ballsy, in lack of better words, but you actually are. Like, she I and also Santa Marta might help people who are just overwhelmed in their life in general. Let's say you are a single dad or a single mom and you just don't know how to get a grip of your household, like you have kids running around. And there is also, I feel, this interesting part of Santa Marta that is rooted in self-care. Rooted in, because she likes to enjoy things. There's this energy of moving very slow. I don't know if that has something to do with her snake quality, but well, snakes move pretty fast. Well, no, snakes are pretty slow moving in general. So there's just this thing where, like, it's almost like she whispers to you, like, consider, think before you act. Is also like how she teaches you, like, you have to have this sort of Jedi mind where you don't just rush into things. And even if you're talking to people, you want to see beyond what they're actually saying. Like, I feel body language is another thing actually that Santa Marta might teach you, or you innately might have. You might be very skilled in reading body language, because Santa Marta is an expert in reading body language. You can say whatever. You can be, the best certified lover boy, or, certified lover girl, but I'm just listening to that album, by the way, and I have to say the album is pretty cool. Because it's so Drakey, I was listening to this podcast about Drake where it said, like, the podcast person said that, like, Drake is kind of like this softy, this like lover boy, but also a fuck boy at the same time. And it's so accurate. I don't know Drake, and it's very Scorpio as well, like, to be very emotional and very like, I love you, don't leave me, like, be with me, I love you so much, like this passionate, like, we will be together forever, will you be my wife, Kiki, if you love me. But then, like, at the same time, it's very like, I don't give a fuck about you, it's like it's very just that with Drake. And he has some beats. Now, I don't know, these days you just can't know who we are standing and who we are canceling or whatever. That's a slippery slope anyhow. I do have opinions, though, I do. And that actually is also something with Santa Marta, as I was talking about this, but I feel like she needs you to have some sort of like, that saying where they say, if you don't stand for nothing, you fall for anything. And that's something that Santa Marta would say. Like, I think that it's important in life have things that you stand behind. Like, it's important to have opinions or morals. I know we're living in this time where everything is just like, yeah, allow everything, like, who cares, no boundaries, yay. But, and people sometimes don't wanna partake in conversations that are somehow like there's two ways you can go about it, or many ways you can go about it. Like, people are in a way very quick to say their opinion, but also like we're not supposed to have any opinion. It's just that it doesn't mean if you have like morals and you stand your ground that you can't change over time, but it serves a purpose at the moment in your life to have some sort of like these sort of, not milestones. See, English is not my first language. These sort of pillars in your life that you do stand by. I think it's incredibly important. It builds character. It builds. It's just, I've never really been into that sort of like, well, I don't know, I don't care, well, I don't really have an opinion, man. Like, I'm not. Anywho, I think that's something that Santa Marta might become to your life to teach you as well, is to have like some sort of, grip on, okay, well, I actually do like this and I don't like that, and it's okay to not like something or to like something, and then later on in life to change your opinion. But that's that. What else would I say? Well, an interesting thing that like I was saying about the trickster energy, so I do feel working at the crossroads works with Santa Marta, because she is linked to the cemetery and to the dead as well. So, and I do feel that. So she, and like I said, the trickster energy kind of goes with the crossroad thinking. So there is that aspect of Santa Marta for sure, or Santa Muerte even, you could say. And what, like, she has association with that. And also I would feel, this is honestly what I've got just as I was starting to make this video, was that there is some relation, and this is just purely intuitively coming like kind of now as I was starting, but I feel there is this correlation somehow to Santa Marta and Madonna, Black Madonna specifically. Not sure yet what that could be, but just somehow I feel like there's some simulation there, similarity there, and but the best thing probably to work with Santa Marta is that there is mystery. Like, you never know with Santa Marta really what's gonna happen. Almost, it's like she's surprising for sure. She is. And what I would say respectfully, Santa Marta, as I know you're listening, I will say that working with Santa Marta, it's so important afterwards to kind of get your energy back, because like the name tells you, Santa Marta la Dominadora, is that here I am speaking with I'm not even gonna say anywho, working with Santa Marta la Dominadora is that you can feel that energy. Like, there's something a bit heavy about it. It's because you can feel that dominating spirit within you, and maybe you might feel a bit drained after working with her. Or drained sounds a little too negative, but there is like, and that goes with the self-care. Perhaps that's Santa Marta's way of making you do some self-care. So whatever that means to you. But I will say that if you do not refresh yourself after working with Santa Marta, you will be exhausted, like tired, because she, in that way, Santa Marta demands a lot. It's not about the offerings but it's consistency, integrity, and like she feels if you're putting that, like, your actual energy into working with him or with her, or trying to understand her. I feel there is something about Santa Marta that annoys her almost. Well, that's too petty, but it's like she's misunderstood, I feel. And this is another thing. I feel Santa Marta might actually be drawn to people who feel that they are misunderstood somehow, and to make themselves more clear. If there is a situation in your life like that has been ongoing, or is just a theme in your life where somehow people misunderstand you, there's something about the way you deliver or carry yourself that is like, you feel like it just doesn't click to people, or people interpret it wrong or something. I feel Santa Marta might help to make yourself like more clear, like more. Because so much about Santa Marta's energy to me has been kind of like finding myself, like dominating myself almost in a way. It's very interesting energy, but it is demanding in that way. Like she's bougie, but she's not, like, she's so down to earth. Like I feel like she goes to the, like she hangs with the guys, and she drinks like whiskey and smokes cigars with the guys, but she has this aura that's like, let's say like if guy would be try to holla at Miss Marta, it's just like not gonna happen like that. It's not like they would have to come correct, they would have to like they can't be on some Drake shit, or with Marta. Like that's not Drake would be definitely shaking in his boots, Aubrey would. So and that's something I feel with the self-care. Like there's a lot to do with self-value. If you have like a low self-esteem, but you really don't, like you really internally do know like you're the shit, but just something perhaps has happened like in your life, people around you, whatever, that has made you feel less than. Santa Marta enters, and you're just gonna be like more like, okay, like I know who I am, like it's. And I feel that somehow represents Santa Marta. Like there's something about Santa Marta that, what I almost like, now that I'm talking about it, it's almost like, this is gonna sound very odd. I'm just gonna throw it out there. This literally came into my head like a second ago. But it's almost like Santa Marta is one of those women, who their whole life say like, I don't want no kids. I'm just not that mothering kind of type. But actually that's like one of their biggest dreams, is to have a kid. They just perhaps are afraid of motherhood, or like they're more softer than they actually appear. Like I think that's something with Santa Marta. Like she's like very like, okay bitch, but actually she's like maybe she wants to be, you know, held and really, I don't know, I this is just like kind of coming up, but there's something about that, wanting to be a mother but pretending not wanting to be, came to mind. Yeah. And like I said, there is something really sexy about Martha. Not just, well, physically as well, because I feel like she's very like bountiful and just like this sort of like, you know, messy type of sexy. Like it's put together but messy at the same time. And she might teach you to be in touch with your own sexuality, because the snake often represents sexual power as well. So I would say that's one aspect of her as well. But I will maybe actually make a part 3 about this, because Santa Marta just gets me like going. So here's a toast for Santa Marta and to all of us bad witches. Okay, I'm gonna calm down now. But to Santa, Marta, and you know, I'll be back. And namaste. Live long and prosper. And I think you're cool. I really do. Okay. Bye.